Welcome back for another episode of 101 Scrapbooking Ideas and Sketches using the Creative Memories book. And today we're working from a sketch from page 26. And you can see that the sketch on page 26 has horizontal photos. The photos that I'll be using today are from Easter, and they are actually vertical. So I'm going to rotate the sketch a little bit. I'm going to keep some of the decorative things the same. I'm just going to rotate the pictures. So here was kind of my plan that I had drawn out. I'll have the two vertical photos next to each other. I'll keep the decorative border across the top. I'm going to keep the title and some embellishments off to the side over here. Same thing in the opposite corner. And then I've got this solid piece of paper I'm going to keep in the same spot in the layout. So I'm going to put that off to the side, and then I'm going to have the journaling box be enclosed in that as well. I may not put as many decorative elements around the journaling box, but there will be some embellishments there as well. I will be working with some paper from American Crafts that is, I think I picked it up at probably Joann's way back in the day. So I've got some bunnies, and then I've got two pieces of Bazzel cardstock from those paper packs where they had 5 different shades in there. And I think this is one of the red shades. And I've got some Karen Foster stickers over here potentially that I'm going to use, along with some old Creative Memories Easter or some Easter kit stickers as well. So I've got a couple of different things I'm trying to use, lots of different collections. I have not trimmed any of the paper down yet at all. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to have one of the base pages, one of the cardstocks will be my base page. And I was not very good about labeling that, so we'll have to figure that out. The pattern paper or the bunny paper will be along the one edge for me. And I may flip these around too. We're going to have to see what looks good. And then I'm going to actually cut, the sketch shows potentially 2 different shades. They've got 2 different shades here of a matte. I'm actually going to use the same color, and it's going to be one continuous piece. So I'm not going to have 2 different ones there. And it's personal preference on how you want to try to figure that out or do that. So now I need to figure out which one, because I didn't mat these ahead of time, which piece of paper from a cardstock perspective should I be using for my background. And I actually kind of like the lighter color. So that'll be the first step that I'm going to do is I'm going to cut those out, adhere this, and get this piece ready. The little decorative edges here are most likely going to be the bunny or the eggs that I have left over too. And it could be, maybe they'll be the same, but they could be different as well. So let me get started on cutting and getting the photos ready. And the easiest thing to do from what I've done in the past is usually, so I cut that one piece all the way down. Now I'm going to put the photos on and then come back in and cut the last edge off. And that's just really so that I can get the right spacing between the photos and not have to try to come back and do a second cut or move stuff around. And so this is my kids and my family went out with grandparents to Easter brunch. And so they had a nice bouquet of flowers in the entrance as we walked in. And kids are 50-50 on photos. So the fact that I got them all in the photo at once, especially with 3 of them, was kind of an amazing feat in and of itself. Someday they'll thank me for that. Okay. So I just trimmed that off, and now I've got 2 options. I can have this, a strip of this, of the pink, or the darker pink, go along this side, and then have the pattern paper there. Or I think what I like better is I'm going to use the pattern paper maybe a little bit more sparingly, especially since I'm going to have some stickers coming in here. It would get pretty busy if it was all on the pattern paper. So we're going to put that on here. And then in the sketch, it was about 4.5 inches. 4.5 by 2. Oh, they just like pieced it together. So the width of it was 4.5 inches, and then they did 2 different sections of it to try to piece it together. I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to use one solid piece of paper, and they've got it scooted away a little bit from the edge. Maybe we'll do that. Maybe we won't. Let's see. And I do have 3 kids, so I'm going to probably do 4. I'm going to use 4 inches because then to speed things up and keep things simple, these are really the only 2 photos that I have, and I could quickly mirror these pages and get all 3 kids done at the same time. Each of my kids has their own album that I do just for them, and so I'm just gonna start that now because I'm sure I've got more than enough pink paper, and I know I have to do more. This is, again, my oldest daughter's album, and I'm trying to stay on top of that one and call it done once she's in college, and then she can figure out if she's going to do this or not going forward. Okay, so I do like that. I am going to leave the little bit of space. You could go either way. I think for a little bit different, I do a lot of stuff all the way to the edge. Being the fact that I only have the 2 photos, I am going to shimmy it in a little bit. And then keep in mind, I did cut this down, so if I wanted to cheat it in even more, I could and leave a thicker border on the side. So I might do that too. And then the other thing to keep in mind is you could center this, but then there's also, we had some decorative elements that were going to go here. So some die cuts, maybe some titles, some other stickers could go there. So I am going to actually cheat it over so that it gives me a little bit more space down here. I don't need as much space down here. And if I covered up the feet, I'm okay with that. But I don't know that I want to cover up the daughter's head, since this is her album, not the other 2. So that's the other thing is you can always showcase the photos per kid or family member, whoever is going to ultimately receive the album, or if it's just for you, you get to pick what you want to do. Like I said, I'm not measuring to see where this chunky little border is, but we're gonna try to do the best to keep it straight. I think that looks okay. And we're gonna go ahead and put this down at this time. And you can play with the vertical dimensions too. Like, you want to go horizontal where you want to put it, and vertical, you can mess around with that too. Because I have the journaling box down here, I'm gonna try to keep some space. I don't have a lot to say about Easter, but I'll leave enough room so that I can put some good comments in there. And it doesn't look like, honestly, it looks like I put that on there crooked. Okay, that looks a little better. All right, so then for my borders, I've got one that I was going to put up here and one that I was going to put down here. Now, they have it going all the way across in the sketch, all the way across here. You could, depending on the size or the length of your borders, you could put it across the whole width of the page. You could do part of it. You could cheat it and not have to go all the way over. It's completely up to you. But I do have bunnies and eggs are my 2 that I have, and then I've got some various sayings. And so I'm not going to do the same. I'm going to do 2 different ones. And the bunnies have this crazy little piece in the middle. These are stickers. they're not die cuts. I'm just going to actually put them right on the page. I'm not going to try to raise them up. If you've tried to raise up borders before that are stickers, it can be challenging, to say the least. And I'm going to go all the way across from one side to the other of from the photo mats. So I don't need all 12 inches of this. But I did not figure out where. Probably. I don't want to stop in the middle, so I'm gonna have to go maybe to this guy here. See if I can mark that somehow. Pencil would be better, but mark it on the side that doesn't matter. And then I can just come in and cut that. And I should have just cut it ahead of time, but I already got the sticker on me. So that was my bad for not trimming it before I ripped it off the page. Now, I could have tried to make that nice and rounded and all that good stuff. But so with that, what I should do, that one should be at the top. I kind of wanted it at the bottom though. And the reason why I say that is because this edge is finished and this one is not. And I would be hiding anything over here anyway. So I think we're gonna put this at the top, even though that's not where I really wanted it. That's okay. Better make sure it looks straight enough. Once this goes down, it's not coming back up. Okay. There. And now anything that I put over here from an embellishment, it'll cover up that piece, so that's okay. And I got the stickers. Now with the stickers, you could do the same thing because there's decorative elements and die cuts and maybe some other stuff down here. We can come in and end that right about there. So this time I will cut it. And now all you have to do is just peel this right off. Now I'm using stickers. You could obviously use some of the border punches and raise that up because that would be out of cardstock or pattern paper. And then, so then my next thing to do is to try to create some embellishment clusters. The paper, so what I will do for the photo mat, or not the photo mat, but the journaling box down here, I usually journal on the white cardstock and then I'll just put it on top of here. So I will have to leave some space, but I'll trim this and get this situated too so that I can do the embellishments at the same time. And I can clearly go almost any direction with it. Okay, I'm not mentally prepared for that yet, so I'm gonna put that aside. We're gonna have to think about that one. But for right now, I'm gonna try to get these two figured out, and then we'll worry about the journaling box here in a second. And I do have, they didn't do an egg hunt, but they did do dying eggs. And I could put Easter baskets, and I could even throw the Happy Easter on here. And the Happy Easter would be the easiest one from a title standpoint. And then I just had to figure out how to put some decorative elements on it. So the other thing that I did not show you that I do have here, I did pull out some flowers that I could use on the page as well. These are some pink and red ones. That might be something that I look at too. First, I usually go through my stickers and see what I can find. I do like, I'm gonna cut this out so I have it. Okay, so I've got that. I do like the dying eggs. I And here I was supposed to be using up some other stickers, but that's okay. So I like those. And I hung on to this sheet because it had lots of different sayings on it. And this was Easter brunch, so I could put that on there. There is a bunny. There's lambs. There's these little arrows that could be used, and then words put on it. And I kind of like this brunch one. Maybe I should have done it that way. Can we take that off? Let's see. Nope, not very easily. So we're stuck with it that way, which is fine. All right, let's start. I like to raise up my embellishments, so let's start to do that. And then we're probably gonna have to tuck a flower in here somewhere. Okay, now this sticker's kind of big, so I'm gonna put 2 of these foam squares on it to try to keep it from sticking down all the way. And because I'm going sticker on sticker here, you wouldn't necessarily have to add a lot more to it. All right, so I'm gonna get these. And now you might want to put one in the middle just in case somebody hits the page. And because I'm doing sticker on sticker, that's kind of where I was thinking I'm going to need something else to go in here. So let's see what I have for flowers. See if I have any pink ones that kind of match or that would coordinate somehow. So we're gonna stick this down. It looks like one of the edges is bent, so I'm gonna just tuck that behind, or make sure that goes behind where the sticker is. Put some adhesive on it. And then just try to line that up. There we go. Then we're gonna put this guy down. And then maybe we'll have to add some more stuff. I do have some enamel dots that could be used to try to help bring everything together and home. And then the other thing that I saw on here is there are some flowers, like some yellow ones, that could be placed on here too. So we're gonna go with that. Then we're gonna do the Happy Easter. And this one, we're gonna start building it up here. Okay, that alone would be okay. But let's see if we can find a way to kind of embellish that a little bit more. And cover stuff up. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this down first I'm going to put this little guy down. So I like this, and then the corner point to have it kind of stick out. So I may end up having to trim something to get this to work, unless I can shimmy it over a little bit more. Get this on the page, line that up, and then put that. Ooh, I like that idea. Okay, got it. So we're gonna line that up with the top and the side edge. Put that down, and then we're gonna peel this off. that looks intentional. Now, I did find another one of these, so I'm going to use that somehow. Maybe not the flowers that I have, but I'm going to use that somehow down here. And now we're back to this. I don't know that I need it to go the full length like that. Again, I don't have a lot to say. This one we may have to trim off the bottom. It is lots of different things here. We got, let's see what the sketch looks like again. It has lots of different layers that they did down below here. I'm not gonna do this much. I will do maybe a couple of things to this. And this one I will probably raise up. Like, it's a journaling box. It doesn't need a lot, it just needs a little something. Okay, I'm gonna put that down. And then all we have left is some journaling. There was lots of putzing with the embellishments, but once that got done, or once we were good with what we have, again, I'm trying to use up stuff, working within what I have and what's available to me. And now when I put that in here, I will tuck in the journaling. It'll tuck over as far as possible. So thank you. There it is. Another look at another page done. This again was from page 26 of the 101 Scrapbooking Ideas and Sketches. Thank you for joining me today, and we will see you again next time.